So that's, when we hear the viral video things going around, like the silly little cat dances, or, there's these funny videos that just go viral. It's because of this. They're engaging to people, whether it invokes an emotion, humor, anger, sadness, laugh, whatever, happiness, but most shared. So we obviously want people to share our content as well. 80% of marketers use videos in their campaigns. And with video, 90% of the message will be retained by the viewers versus text, which is only 10% of the message is retained. So as far as what they're actually hearing and keeping, video is the best message to deliver it to them. More stats, businesses and marketers who use video ended up growing revenue 49% faster than non-video users. Where both video and text are available on the page, 72% of people would rather use video to learn about a product or service. Increasing a video on your landing page can increase conversions by more than 80%. More than 500 million hours of videos are watched on YouTube every day, which actually that's an old stat. It's higher than that now. And live video is even better, 3 times longer than a pre-recorded video. So more and more stats. But on why do we care as real estate agents? Obviously, a lot of that is more general stats with video and marketing, but let's talk about it from a real estate perspective. Buyers want video. So here's a study of how buyers use video. The number one thing they use it for is to find out more about a specific community. That's the number one thing buyers want video for. Especially buyers from out of town. They want to be able to get a feel for the neighborhoods and community without having to spend their whole day driving around and looking at it. So the more that you can give that to them by video, the better. 70% of them use it for touring inside houses. 38% use it to understand specific features of properties. 54% just obtaining general information about the process of home buying. 24% instructional videos on like how-tos for things. 25% decide which company to purchase from. So does that one hit home with anyone? Quarter of all buyers decide which agent to use based upon video. 1/4. 44% use it to compare features across multiple companies, and 30% use it to watch customer testimonials. So what kind of videos should we be making? Community videos, neighborhood videos, listing videos, general info videos, and then obviously ones to market yourself, which we'll talk about these in a minute. But not only do buyers want video, sellers want video as well. And 73% of homeowners say that they're more likely to list with an agent who's offering to create a video for them. 73%, pretty powerful. Even, I think a lot of people will say, well, that's demographic specific. It's not. Everybody now knows how powerful video is, so you have to be able to create one for them. And I think depending on the home price and the market will determine what type of video you make. Meaning whether you get a really expensive professional one versus if you do it on your iPhone. But we'll talk about that in a minute. But still, you need to have videos on all your listings now. Real estate listings that include a video receive 400% more inquiries than those without. Oh, spelled wrong. Sorry, that wasn't me. So pretty amazing again. So your listing is going to get 4 times the view, 4 times more engagement than a listing without. So that's a lot more buyers with their eyes on your listing. So that's obviously really important stats for home buyers and sellers with video. And now we're going to talk more, now that I've drilled in, I hope that answered your question, why video is important. Does that answer everyone's question about why video is important?
Yeah.
Okay, so I wanted to spend the beginning on that, but now we'll dive into some more practical stuff rather than stats. And you guys will get all these too. So why video? Again, so those are the stats on why and human, I guess, behavior. But what do we want to do with videos? What is the purpose of creating videos? And these are some great ideas. So building trust, obviously to make your content be shared by your audience, and then optimizing yourself in search results. So those are the top 3 reasons why agents use video, or actually really anybody, but for us, why agents should use video. So first is that it really builds trust and credibility for yourself. People by nature do not like salespeople, and whether we like it or not, as real estate agents, we are salespeople. So immediately we have to find a way to break down that wall they put up when they think that we're selling to them. The quickest and easiest way to do that is by showing them that you're a person with a personality and that you're friendly. So building trust through video is really important. Yes?
Question on that. So my biggest hesitation with video has always been how young I look. Because like being camera, and no matter how knowledgeable I sound and spit the facts and everything, and the truth is, like, I work with a lot of older people, and sometimes people have that pride thing of like, hey, he looks so young, like he can't be knowledgeable enough. Is that a downfall? I know in like one of the first slides you said why not use video, so I've been skeptical, like, hey, this might chase out 10% of my clients that have only been interacting through there.
So
does that make sense?
I would never not do something because of your age. And I think for you, it's even better. I think because ultimately some of the best agents in our industry are young professionals, and they use video as a major pillar of their business. So it's really a way to set yourself apart from other agents. So I don't think I would not tell you don't do it because of your age. I think potentially alienating people. Just be cautious of your audience, and then talk to those people on a different platform, right? So your video is not the only way that you're going to communicate with people. You're still going to do it by phone and email, and you're going to ask your clients how they want to be communicated with.
Right.
But as far as attracting people, if they're already online looking at videos and stuff, if you come up, I don't think it would ever deter them. I think it would just kind of be it would really build credibility for you. I mean, there's a lot of young agents like Julie Calzell, mentioned her, she uses video, and she's gotten clients of all demographics because of how well she has explained things on video.
Gotcha.
So I would never say it would be a deterrent.
I just was always curious about that, or skeptical about it.
Yeah, no, I think work it. Use your age to your advantage, really, is what I would tell you. And never look at it as a deterrent. Look at it as you are a young professional that is shining, really, because that's what you're trying to be. So, so really, video basically allows you to showcase your personality very easily. People can get a much better idea of who you are very quickly through video. And obviously, you want to be engaging and relatable through it. Did you have a comment, Blake?
I was just going to add to that, because when I first started, I got that comment a lot too. But if anything, video is going to help get past your looks or get past your age, where it's like, oh wow, once you open your mouth and you start talking about things, then you change people's perspective. Oh, it's not just some young kid, he actually knows what he's talking about. So if anything, it's going to do the opposite of what you're hoping.
Yeah, and I was just going to add too that if somebody's not going to work with you because you look young, and you listen to what you're saying, you may not want to work with them anyway. I mean, you got to realize in this business, there's sometimes when you just don't want to work with somebody. You don't have to work with everybody. You don't have to go through pain and deal with customer or clients that are a pain in the butt. So if that's one of their criteria for not using it, screw it, move on. There's tons of other business out there, and you're not going to get it all.
But I think instead of worrying about kind of critiquing yourself, right? Think about how they'll view you versus other agents who don't have video, right? So that's what, you're not up against yourself, really. You're up against other agents who aren't using it. So it's already going to give you a leg up just by using it. But definitely it's one of the best ways to build trust and credibility with people that you don't know, right? And that's the goals. We want to all build our audiences, build our databases of people that we don't know that can potentially be clients. Video is one of the best ways to build trust with cold prospects. The next thing is sharing. So we already looked at the stats with that. Videos get shared more than anything else on social media. There's an agent here, Tracy Randolph. She started creating not really real estate related videos, but more kind of informational videos on things. And she's gotten 6 clients from people forwarding her videos to them, because they were just on something relevant that they cared about. So videos get shared much more than an informative newsletter or email would ever get shared, or even just a picture. So definitely means you reach a larger audience. And then search engine optimization, we kind of touched on this. Videos show up higher than anything else for SEO. So especially if you have your video, what's the word? Oh my gosh, I'm blanking out. If you have your video transcribed, and now there's a lot of services that will do that for you. Meaning, when you post your video somewhere, you should also post basically the verbiage of what's in the video, because then it'll pull all the words that are in the video for SEO as well as the dynamics of the video. But it's basically, I mean, they show up highest in every search rating. Google, Zillow, YouTube, obviously everyone knows that, but Yelp, everywhere. Yelp, video definitely shows up the best for SEO. And those are things generally that you'd have to pay for, right? You'd have to pay for somebody to optimize your site. So instead of doing that, the more video that you publish, your site will start showing up higher on search engines, like Google, just by having video. So if you're Scottsdale Real Estate, if you're somebody who produces a lot of video, you'll show up a lot higher than people who are even paying to be up there with SEO. So it's important to do so. Now, I want to point out quickly, different messages for different platforms, right? So this is something we need to keep in mind. This is a question I get a lot. Well, I don't know what type of video to put on my website versus which type of video to use on social media. This is a really great chart that I love that I can send to you guys. So our audience is on all these places. Our audience is on social media first and foremost, but they also search like Google and YouTube. They also check websites, and then they also go to service pages on websites. Here's what they're doing when they're there. So you got to keep in mind, you got to cater your message to what the intended user's motivation for being on that platform is. So when people are on social media, they're there to explore. They're not there to be sold. We've learned that, right? So on social media, your videos should be about discovery and engagement, basically. So those are going to be shorter, really quick, like little highlights, not long, lengthy narrative videos. Now, when people are on the internet, they are searching for information. They are looking for help. So those videos can be more content heavy because they went there to look for something, right? To look for content. So these ones can be about educating or entertaining on some topic, generally educating. So the longer videos can be posted like to your website or your blog or whatever, because people are there to get knowledge. They're not there to be entertained. And then on your actual agent website, they're there to scope you out, right? Consider your offer or your services. And that's where your videos are about building trust and telling a story. More about you to try to convert them into a client. So different types of videos for different places. I'll send this all to you guys, but keep this in mind as we're going through too. And it's hard because, these all can be different lengths as well. So we'll talk about that in just a second. So now we're kind of going to talk more about video and social media. So this is not videos on your website specifically, but this would be videos on social media platforms and the stats with it. So YouTube's the second most popular website on earth after Google. It has 1.68 billion users. Pretty crazy. Does anyone else know that?
Is Google on YouTube?
No, they don't actually. They don't like each other, as far as I know. Or no, it's Facebook and YouTube that don't like each other. Google might. Did they buy them?
I don't know.
I thought Google did.
You've got number one and number two on the planet.
That's pretty insane. But definitely, so what does that tell you? Where do we want our videos to be?
Google and YouTube.
But to be on Google, you have to have a website that has SEO, right? So that's why. But now we're going to talk about the other platforms. Twitter, 82% of Twitter users watch video content on Twitter. Now, Twitter is one of the, least performing platforms for real estate specifically. So we're going to talk about that in a minute. But Facebook and Instagram and Snapchat are really the ones that I see video killing it with real estate. Now, on Facebook, people are 89.5 times more often videos are shared compared to other types of content. So that's what we talked about. That's how you can grow your audience really quickly. Instagram, time spent watching video on Instagram is up more than 80% over last year alone, which is crazy. They added IGTV, which we'll talk about, but that's a big reason for that. 2.1 million videos are created by Snapchat users every minute. And now video on LinkedIn is becoming very powerful too. So 84% of the people using video on LinkedIn said that it's been successful in growing their customer base. So these are some ones for social media video things. So here, this is how it breaks down. as far as where videos are online, 57% of people post them to YouTube. 50% post Facebook native videos. Does everyone know what that means? That means you post them to Facebook directly, upload them directly to Facebook. You're not sharing them from anywhere else. Makes sense? So Facebook favors that. Facebook wants you to post content directly into its platform rather than sharing it from anywhere else. So rather than posting it to YouTube and sharing it to Facebook, always post directly to Facebook. So number 1 is YouTube, number 2 is Facebook. Instagram stories, 38%. Instagram native video, so that's actually a video post, 26%. Facebook stories, 22%. Twitter videos, 13%. LinkedIn native videos, 13%. IGTV, 9%. So looking at this chart, what does this tell you? Where do you want to be?
YouTube.
Top 4.
Yes. So, I mean, in my opinion, and what I focus on the rest of the mostly of the class is Facebook and Instagram. Because I think those are the 2 platforms that are most effective for getting leads with video. But the others obviously can be effective too, just not as much. Again, here's more stats. Kind of the same. So I pulled them from 2 different sites to make sure the stats were relatively the same. Obviously, sometimes people skew things one way or another to try to sell you something usually. But these show basically the same stats. YouTube 87%, Facebook 68%, webinar, which that doesn't really count for us. Instagram 41%, but this has Instagram and Twitter tied. Again, I don't think Twitter for real estate is as effective as Instagram or Facebook, but still the same top 3. So those are the ones you should definitely be on. And then this one, I kind of broke down between which to do actual posts, which to do stories, and which to do live broadcasts. Now, does everyone know what all these icons are, first off? And does everyone know the difference between these? Should I break them down? So a page post is what you're actually used to, meaning you go on just like you post a picture or a text on Facebook. You upload the content, hit post. If you have a video that you're going to be posting, you need to put it on all 4 of these platforms, or you should. Again, if you're only going to do 2, Facebook and Instagram, my recommendation, always. But these will be the 4 most effective for posting a video. Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, and Twitter. Again, top 2. If you're going to do videos for stories, and does everyone know the difference between a post and a story? What's the difference? Katie?
Stories last 24 hours. I don't know what else to say about it. Yeah, they're temporary, they disappear. Yeah.
Yep. They're more engaging. You can add like funny GIFs and geotags, and you can tag people in them. You can tag brands. You can hashtag them. So the searchability of stories is huge, more so than posts, because the platforms favor them. But Johnny, did I answer your question about what a story is? So it goes away.
I'm lost anyway, so don't worry about that.
Okay. So if you're going to post a video story, and we'll talk about so the way that I would kind of say, post things that are great content for everyone all the time. Is a new listing or a house you just sold great content for everyone all the time? No.
Please say no.
So I would say property-specific videos should be stories. And you can story them multiple times while they're listed, but it's not necessarily something that you want to be your signature post forever, right? Unless it's maybe the best listing you ever sold, then maybe put that one on there. But otherwise, most of our audience doesn't care about that property you have listed right now in Tempe. 99% of your database, of your sphere, does not care about that property. So don't post that where it's going to stay forever. Use that as a video story. Make sense? So that's kind of how I would look at it. Post, though, if you're doing a video on tips for first-time home buyers, or credit repair, or tips to make your house smart home ready to sell it, things like that. Those are relevant to people all the time. So those are things that I would post, and I'm going to give you a list, and we'll break them down. But these are the platforms. So those are the difference between posting, stories, this one's Snapchat, Going live. Does everyone know what live video is? So John is shaking his head. So live video basically is, I'm going to go online right now and stream it to people. So it's not pre-recorded and edited and cut. It's like I'm just going off the cuff and they're seeing exactly what I say as I say it. It is very powerful for views. You're going to get 3 times the views on any live video than you would for any posted video, and engagement as well. Have you guys ever noticed that? It like alerts you, so-and-so is going live all the time, so that's why it gets so much more engagement. But people can't easily find it later. So those, again, are things, if a post that's going to be relevant for people for a long time, I maybe wouldn't go live with, but like an open house preview, you could go live with right then. Or, you know, if you're at a really cool event, you could go live with that, or a concert or something that people would like. Those are great things for live. This symbol is Periscope. It is basically another video live streaming platform. I would not get on it if you're not already. Again, Facebook and Instagram mostly. But, and then yeah, if you're gonna post it to a video channel, IGTV, Periscope, YouTube. So those kind of break down the different types of posts and platforms. Any questions on that?
Well, what is IGTV exactly? Because I know what Instagram is. So what's the difference?
IGTV is basically to compete with YouTube. It allows you to publish longer videos, whereas before it had to be 15 seconds. So that really is why IGTV was created, to compete with YouTube. Because Facebook owns Instagram, Google owns YouTube now. Those two are competing for all the traffic online. So it's a way for people to be able to watch longer videos without having to go to YouTube to watch them. So Instagram's trying to be able to do that. You've always been able to post longer videos on Facebook, but not on Instagram. So it's kind of like their way for you to allow to publish longer videos. Great question though. Anyone else on these? Okay, we'll keep going. So, so now pretty much I'm just going to concentrate on Facebook and Instagram for social media going forward. And with those, we're going to talk about format, content, and basically how to produce them. So these studies I thought was pretty cool. So a lot of people ask all the time, do I do them landscape? Do I do them vertical? How should I do my videos? Do you guys understand what I mean by that? When I'm on my phone, should I hold it like this or should I hold it like this? For a long time it was hold it like this because then you get HD quality video or whatever. But all of the studies have shown that vertical performs best.
People are watching on their phone.
People are watching it on their phone. 87% of traffic, people watch on here. Look at the shape of it. We want to fit it, right? If you do it vertical, then it's going to show up here and it's going to be small and only take up a fraction of their screen. So when you're filming videos of yourself, they need to be like this. Okay? Vertical is the answer. Next, how long? I get this question all the time. Were you guys going to ask these questions? I hope. So now, and this is based upon engagement rate. So that's what we care about, right? We don't necessarily, we care about views. It's great. It feels good to get a lot of views, but we care about engagement. Engagement equals potential leads. That's what we want. We care about people that are liking, commenting our videos. So for best engagement, you want to be vertical. And for best engagement, you want to keep your videos between 2 and 5 minutes. That's what the studies have shown. And if you look, it's really not that much difference between 1 to 2 minute and 2 to 5. So I would really say 1 to 5. But after that, it drops off by almost 10%. And then longer videos go up again. Why do you think that is?
Their content, their long form.
They're long form. They're the ones that we were saying earlier when people went somewhere to find information about it, right? So these are most likely social sharing. These first two, the 1 to 5 minute videos, are ones that people are watching on social media when they're not intending to look for the information. It finds them. These ones are when people are searching out the information. They go there to look up how to fix the washer on YouTube. They'll watch a 10-minute video on it, right? So that's the difference. So, but 2 to 5 minutes, or I guess 1 to 5 minutes is what I would stick with for your videos. I think, right now in real estate, there's not much that would keep people's attention for 10 to 20 minutes. I really don't think. So for you guys, I would say 1 to 5 minutes is how long to keep it. So now we're going to talk about Facebook and Instagram specifically, and then we're going to dive into content ideas.
Did that change recently? I was always told if you're doing a Facebook video, it should be 30 seconds to a minute. So that's changed, that people are spending more time on there watching.
Yeah, because it's consumer behavior, right? We're conditioned now. So that's the thing. It's like over the last 5 years when it started, people weren't conditioned to watch video on social media. And so that's why they said 30 seconds. You only have a little bit of time to get their attention. But now we're conditioned. We watch them longer because they've been in our face for so long. Because look, it's a big difference. Less than a minute, it's 20%, 23% higher if it's longer, the engagement. So that's pretty good.
So you don't want to stretch your videos. I mean, if you only have 20 seconds, do the 20 seconds. Don't bore people with superfluous BS.
So then if you're going to do a 20-second video, I would story that rather than post it. So that's going to be where it goes away. It goes away. And keep your posts to the 2 to 5 minute videos that people can watch and find easily. So that's what I recommend for that. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
I can help you.
I don't even know what a story thing is.
Your stories are going to blow your mind. That's where all people. So basically, it started on Instagram.
Does that come with Facebook?
It does. It's part of it. It's already there. You just.
Who's laughing at me?
I'm sorry.
So, has anybody noticed that their like counts on their Facebook and Instagram posts have gone down over the past year? Nobody's noticed? Unless you've gotten like way more friends. Well, statistically, like counts have gone way down on posts at like everyone, pretty much.
I thought that's algorithms changed.
But that has to do with video and it has to do with stories. So now Facebook actually and Instagram monitor the amount of people, the amount of time people spend scrolling posts versus the time spent watching stories. And what they found is that over like the last year, people now watch stories, and I know I do. I don't even scroll Instagram ever anymore, 0. I do stories because I can check in with more people in a shorter amount of time. So, and that's what they're noticing all across the board. And even like celebrities have noticed and have been tweeting and posting about it. All their like counts have gone down, and that's why this whole they're getting rid of likes eventually. I don't know if you guys know that, but it's all because of this. So, but stories are great for engagement, so we'll talk about them in a minute. But now Facebook, why is video on social media? So as I said, it went up. So yeah, now it's 8 billion video views on average per day on Facebook alone. Does that blow anyone's mind?
A lot of wasted time.
Lot of wasted time. But there's this social media addiction thing that's real going on in our society. The average human spends over 2 hours a day on social media. So this is what they're doing. But if this is what they're doing, where do you want to be? Doing video. If people are watching video all day on Facebook, you better be out there. You better be doing it. Johnny, did you see this? 8 billion video views per day on average on Facebook. Yeah. So this is why we need to be doing video and you need to be putting them on Facebook. So this is another question that I get, so I'm going to kind of jump. So strategy with it though, a lot of people say, well, I can't just only be doing video. I have to be posting other types of content too, right? Just like you said, not everybody only wants video. And I agree with that. So she's like a Facebook strategist for marketing, and her content ratio is 70% Facebook video posts, 20% image posts, and 10% link posts. Does that surprise anyone?
What's a link post?
That means like you find an article that you like and you repost that with a little narrative about, you should read this. It talks about the Phoenix housing market in 2020 or whatever. But you're sharing someone else's content via a link, basically, is what a link post is. So everyone see this? So out of 10 Facebook posts, 7 should be video, 2 should be image, 1 should be link.
So I don't see anything where you post without one of those 3?
Correct.
So like if you got something to say, don't even say it unless you have a picture or something.
Correct. So if you have something to say, Johnny, do your 15-second video and put it on a story or a post. You're going to get way more engagement that way. Because if you notice that it's all based on the Facebook algorithms, what they value, and words are not, they don't rank high on algorithms anymore. So you can say the same thing in a video and get like 3 times the views that you would by posting it out. That's why you see stuff where people write something and it gets 6 likes. Have you guys, I mean, when they have 500 friends and their picture post before that got 50, and when they type something it gets 6. It's not because your friends don't like it, it's because your friends aren't seeing it. Facebook isn't showing it to them because Facebook doesn't like those kind of posts. They want it to be more dynamic. So yes, video for those.
Do you have any kind of statistics, Liz, on how much time people spend a day on Facebook on average?
Yes.
Didn't you just say 2 hours?
Yeah. 2.1 is like social media. 2.1 hours. And I haven't seen any that specifically break it down by platform that's current. The last that I saw was like 2017. Instagram now though too. So Instagram has grown in popularity over Facebook over the last year.
For younger.
Depending on demographics. For first time home buyer demographics, so under 35, or under 40 really. Instagram is winning over Facebook now. Yes, sir.
I want to get your opinion. This is going back 2 or 3 years or so, and a lot of us in the office I used to be in, we looked at Facebook and we thought, yeah, it'd be cool to be on that, but we were a little leery because we felt like we didn't want to throw marketing into just a regular Facebook page. Like all of my friends, you don't necessarily want to be marketing to your close friends all the time. And so we were hesitant to do it. And then it was like, maybe open up a business Facebook page to do that, but then you don't have all the
people. Those are kind of dead, yeah.
But so now maybe the bugaboo about marketing to just everybody that's on your regular Facebook page isn't as much as it used to be, or
it's
maybe
not,
that was in my mind.
People have been conditioned now to be sold on Facebook. I mean, they see the It Works posts and the Rodan and Feel. I mean, I don't know if maybe that's a women thing, but I mean, like, it's amazing how much stuff people are trying to market to us on Facebook now, and even advertisers that we see ads on Facebook. So yes, people are getting more used to it, but what I would say with that is create friend lists within Facebook for yourself and have all your old high school buddies or whatever, and then when you post something, don't post it to that list, if that makes sense. So that you're not bombarding them with real estate content all the time. But if they go back and look at your page, it will be there. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
You just said something, you just slipped something right in there, I caught you. Are you saying Facebook business pages are dead? You kind of said that, didn't you?
Yeah, I did. Yeah. So for the average real estate agent, they're becoming less and less relevant. So they're not dead, they're becoming less and less relevant.
So the stuff I post, all that relocation, I should be putting that on my page?
Personal page.
Really?
How many likes are you getting on your business page?
Like 150 something.
That's good. That's because you have good content, so maybe keep it on both. It doesn't hurt you
to do both.
Doesn't hurt you, for sure. But I'm just saying, I wouldn't encourage agents to spend a lot of time basically nurturing their business pages. I would nurture your personal pages more.
Really?
Because all the studies have shown now that
those people are going to get it anyway.
Correct.
Right? They're going to get it. Right. Okay.
Yeah, because Facebook only will show people 2 business page posts per day. And you're competing with Ticketmaster and every other, Coca-Cola and wherever, they use cookies for retargeting. So let's say your friend just went on Amazon and looked at shoes, then that shoe, So you're competing against businesses that are paying money for their ads to be seen by your friends. So, yeah, sorry, that's going deep on Facebook business pages, but like, it's good to have one. You need to have one for relevancy when people search you. It's basically a free digital business card, and it's good to run ads with. But for the average agent, you're really not going to get traction or leads from a Facebook business page.
Interesting.
Yeah. Does that make sense? Personal pages are where you're going to get leads through engagement, audience outreach, people who already know you in some capacity, right? So it's just another form of your database that you can continue to nurture.
I have a quick question.
Yeah.
And tell me if I'm jumping ahead.
Yeah.
But as far as compliance issues go, when you're posting Facebook Live, you're posting stuff on your story, and if you're talking about real estate, we have to fall within these compliance categories. Are you finding, how are you keeping so much of this like in the now, in the moment stuff going, but still making sure that you're talking about who you are, who you're with, what your affiliations are, within that specific, minute to 5 minute video where it's like, oh, and by the way, how are you doing it?
So this is a huge gray area, and I'm not a broker, so I'm not technically allowed to give you the rules and regulations on this. So I would check with your designated broker if you have questions. That's
Good
a disclaimer.
Answer, Liz. Good answer.
That's my disclaimer. But what I will say that I see most commonly, whether it's right or wrong, is that agents are not mentioning that stuff in their videos. Hi. They are, come on in. They are putting that either in the caption or even as a comment after they post the video. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Doesn't sound right, but
correct. It doesn't sound right. And that's why I said that's what I'm seeing most commonly. Doesn't mean that it's right. Yeah, thank you. I'll send you the info. Yeah, I'm here. Do you want to take one of these? Yes, please. So that's what I'm seeing most commonly. What I would encourage you to do is that whatever platform, you have that you're posting it on, in your profile or bio, it needs to say that you're a real estate agent at my home group. If you're going to be posting real estate related content. So and again, I'm not a broker, but what I see most commonly is that agents are not mentioning that stuff in their actual videos. They're usually including it in the description of the video or as a comment in the verbiage, but not in the actual video. But I know for sure ADR regulations is that if you are going to be doing any sort of advertising of your business on your social media pages, that information needs to be in your profile, about section, bio of that social media platform. So.
Or backdrop?
Correct. Yeah, or logo at the bottom. Absolutely. Yeah. But again, check with your designated broker if you have any questions, but that's my understanding. Okay, so now what type of video gets the most engagement on Facebook? Native video is number one, and that's what we talked about, posting a video directly to Facebook. Photos, number 2, live video, number 3, links, number 4. So that's that link post like we talked about, Lenny. When you're basically sharing someone else's content. So of every type of content on Facebook, native video, your own video that you produced and post to Facebook is going to get the most engagement. Now, here's more Facebook video stats. 135% greater reach than photos on Facebook. 85% of Facebook video is with the sound off. Did you guys hear what I just said?
What?
85% of Facebook video is watched with the sound off. Why is that?
People are watching at work.
At work, on the toilet, at a doctor's office, picking up their kids at school. And that is right. So what does that tell you?
Captions.
Captions. All of your videos need captions. And Facebook now has it where it will do it automatically for you. Always check it before, because it'll basically, just like your phone does, like almost Siri, like auto dictate what you're saying, but it's going to be wrong on some of those words. So before you actually post that, double check what it says and make sure that it's right. But that again will help it in SEO because then it's checking all the words as well for content. So always, always, always have captions on your videos. Yeah, I'll send the rest of you, but more stats on why to use Facebook video. This was basically video view growth on Facebook and YouTube by genre. So this is like what types of videos people are watching. Business is number 1, which shocked me. I was shocked to see this stat. I thought it was going to be like humor, which isn't even really on here. I guess they've split it between politics and entertainment. Maybe it's humor. But I thought for sure that was going to be number 1. It's business. People are watching business videos. Real estate is business, so people want to see your content. So I was just showing that this validates that they want to see, like you asked, they want to see what we're posting. So get it out there. YouTube, 1 billion monthly active users. If YouTube was a country, it would be the 3rd most populated in the world behind China and India. So if you're going to spend time making a video, put it on YouTube.
YouTube's not even allowed in China.
You're right. I know.
So would you say, to go back to the way you're holding your camera, a vertical video on YouTube? Or would you landscape that?
So
is that a loaded question?
It's a loaded question. I know that I didn't have time to dig more into that stat when I got it. This one she's talking about here. But I would assume that these are social platforms.
Sure.
Jason probably knows the answer.
I'll help you with that.
Yeah, thank you.
So
Yeah.
a lot of the new formats are going to vertical, and so that's going to be kind of the way to make things easier. But currently, in order to make it go on all platforms, if you're using YouTube, Facebook, email, everything else, it's currently better to do horizontal because it will fit on every platform. Even though they're going to a horizontal to show more of your space,
Yeah.
it's still better right now to shoot horizontally if we can.
To shoot horizontally rather than vertically?
Correct, right now, but vertically.
That's not what this says,
But
Jason.
vertically is better than shooting it not at all.
Yeah.
You know, and the reason they're all going to this new format, which is good because it's easier to scroll and to see it, which is why they're suggesting it. But if you're going to put it on every platform, then do it horizontally. If you
What
know
if you're just doing Facebook?
if you're just doing Facebook or you're just doing TikTok or you're just doing
YouTube.
Instagram, you can shoot it vertically. Yeah, like you're covering Facebook, right?
Yes,
So,
yeah.
So yeah, then that's the way to go. If you know exactly what you're doing. But if you want your full content to be placed on every platform, and you don't want your media person or your director or your IT person to go, hey, we need this vertically, and they're going to ruin the content when they stretch it. So if you know it's going to go everywhere horizontally, if you know you're going to Facebook.
Just social media platforms
then
vertically. And that's what this is, as I said. This study was just social media platform specific. Yeah. Thanks, Jason. I'll introduce you in a minute. Yeah.
So let's go back to what you were talking about. So you said earlier it's best to go straight from your phone to Facebook.
Correct.
I get that.
Yep.
So, and now you're saying YouTube, so should we post
Double
it?
upload it.
So
Yes.
Double upload, okay.
Yeah. That's what I know. And that's what a lot of people are doing. We're posting it to like a single service that pushed it everywhere. And their engagement was down on all of them because of that. Because there's all this like behind the scenes political stuff. So post them to each one individually for best engagement. Yeah. All right, so I'm not going to go through the rest of the YouTube stats to save time, but YouTube is crazy relevant. The thing that's harder about YouTube is this. 80% of YouTube views are outside of the United States.
Really?
So that's why, you know, if you're trying to get hyper-local, which we are, we generally only work here in Arizona, it's a little bit, this other social platforms can help you really narrow your audience and target better than YouTube can.
Wow.
Yeah. Best times to post on YouTube. It says best days are Thursdays and Fridays because the most views are on Saturdays and Sundays. And times are 12 to 4, best times to post. 12 to 4 during work days, 9 to 11 a.m. on the weekends.
Wow, Lenny, your pigs aren't going to get fed at all.
No.
All right, so now we got through all the stats, the different platforms. Now we are going to talk about some basic video stuff and how to get started in video, because that's what this class is for. If you want to do video, how to get started. Record yourself a bunch of times to get comfortable on your own phone. The only way you're going to start getting more comfortable with how you look and sound on video is by doing it. So literally buy a $20 tripod off Google or Amazon and set it up and start recording yourself. Make a few, start talking, get comfortable with how you look and sound, and also pay attention to any mannerisms that you have. Some people lick their lips, some people say some people cough. There's things that you do that you're not aware of. So
Johnny picks his nose.
yeah, that too. So by doing it a few times before it's real, you'll get an idea of what it is that you do. When you do get one that you like, you're going to want to post it to all channels. Know your size specifications, which I have a thing I can send you guys. I forgot to include that in here, but I'll email it to you after. The size specifications for each platform. Yeah, variety of different types. Include a call to action in every video, I think is important of some kind. Does everyone know what a call to action is? What's an example of one? I'm going to pick on somebody. Katie.
No. Click here or sign up or go to my website or
Yes.
do something.
Do something. Get them to do something. Take some sort of action. Keep videos short and sweet. We already talked about the length of time that they should be. And this is the most important one. Be real, be candid, be you. Everything has shown that people like to watch videos that are less perfect and scripted and overproduced and more real and raw and authentic. People want to get an idea of your actual personality, not like they're going to show up and be like, who is this guy? You know, they want to know who you are. So be candid, be real. We're going to talk about some tech tools. Now, quickly, let's talk about content ideas. I'm going to hand actually here, so take one and pass one. So, I have put together, it says 101, but there's actually way more than that. I think there's 105. Real estate agent video ideas. And I'm sure this is what all of you guys wanted, right? What you came here for. But there's some really amazing ideas for content because this is the question that I hear all the time. I don't know what to say. I don't know what to put a video about. And Jason's going to talk about this in a minute. But again, like I said, we got to keep in mind that most people don't want to hear about buying or selling. They want to hear about other things relating to really anything. Life, neighborhoods, restaurants, information on the market, interest rates, how to help them, things like that. As we talked about, 95% of people are not ready to buy or sell right now. You just want to inform them, keep them entertained, educated, to build trust and credibility that you are a real estate professional that they think of when they need one. Really, that's the goal. So here's some awesome content ideas. So I broke them down into subjects or different topics. So neighborhood videos, obviously we saw that was the #1 thing that buyers wanted to see was information about the neighborhood. So here's some different things that you could do about neighborhoods. Lots of different ideas there. I really like somebody just did one recently and I couldn't think of them today, who it was, or I would have shown you, but it was like 3 minutes, what it's like to live in McCormick Ranch. And they were like, it showed still images and video of like, here's my favorite restaurant, here's my favorite breakfast place, here's my favorite bar, here's the park I take my kids, here's the local elementary school. And it was amazing. So like something like that is really great. So those are neighborhood type videos. Videos on condos. There's a lot of caveats on condo stuff that people don't understand. Lots of ideas for first-time home buyers. That is an area that I would star. I think all of you should focus on that. That is the #1 segment of buyers in the United States right now is first-time home buyers, millennials. It's like 43% of all mortgage loans in the United States are by millennials right now. So you need to be speaking to them on video or you're not going to be relevant to them and they're not going to want to work with you. So these are things, first-time home buyer stuff I would star. Home sellers, these are some great videos. I know Jason has a really great idea of one of these he's going to talk to you guys about in a minute. But all the conversations that you don't like to have with sellers, like Johnny, what's a conversation that you don't like to have with sellers about their house? When you go in and you're like, I think you need to, what?
Clean. Whatever, make changes.
Declutter, clean, this and that. And it's hard to say it to their face at the table because it offends them, right? So instead of having to say that to them at the table, make a video about it and send it ahead of time or send it as part of your process or have it on the website. That way they don't take it personally because you didn't make the video just for them, right? You made it for everyone as an educational video.
Landon, that doesn't mean you make a video. hey, if you live at 102nd and Shea, you should definitely clean out the back room of your house.
Yeah, exactly. So, but that's a really good one. So lots of ideas for home sellers. Double dippers, a great video on what to do when you're buying and selling your house at the same time. That's a really good one. There's lots of things to think about with that. Double escrows are hard. Closing on the same day, simultaneous closings are hard. There's a lot of things to be aware of. Luxury home buyers, luxury home sellers, general real estate topics. These are great ones. What are closing costs and who pays them? Most people don't know that. You know, did you know that you don't need to have 20% down to buy a home? There are lots of programs where you can get in with 3% or 0% down. You know, like ideas like these. Lots of general real estate topics. Sorry, I'll get to you, Blake, in just a second. General safety issues about you. So a day in your life, testimonials for your clients, how your client journey works, what they can expect when they work with you. Vendor partner spotlights. If you have great vendors that you work with, spotlight them. Local color, so just things generally about, you know, the area that we live. And then fun videos, funny things, show your personality. Johnny's done some of these that are amazing. He did one fishing. He was frozen ice fishing. It was hysterical. And he was sending it, you know, he's done one where houses blow up in them. Just funny, showcase your personality. Trendy restaurant reviews. I saw one girl that did a really cool one lately. It was like, this is my favorite new restaurant. Here's the cocktail you have to get. Here's the, you know, like things like that. People like it. So, those are some amazing video ideas. I hope you guys loved them.
Thank you. Liz, can I throw something out here?
Yeah.
Something, this is, I learned from my mistake that you should definitely add to this. If there's something that is your opinion, you need to make sure people know that, how do I say this? So if Liz said, if you're not doing video, you're going to be unsuccessful in real estate. Well, that may not be true.
No, yeah.
It might be going there. But if you make a general statement like that, people disagree with you, you just lost them completely. And I learned that the hard way.
You're right.
So you gotta be careful about how in your video where you say, you know, it's my opinion that this is the way this is gonna do. Do you know what I mean?
Totally. Or statistics show, according to the National Association of Realtors, you know, have another source. That's a great point.
Yeah.
Because you certainly don't want to offend anyone with giving your perspective.
No, you can turn them off like right at the beginning and say, if you're not doing this, you're never gonna sell your house.
Totally.
Well, that's not true, so.
Yeah. These are some great apps that give you content ideas specifically. Like it analyzes headlines. So you can type in first time home buyer and it'll give you a bunch of articles that you can use to make a video about that topic or whatever. So those are some great ones. More video ideas. I use video in a lot of ways that aren't relating to the transaction. I send happy birthday videos to people. I send follow-up videos to people. I know a lot of our agents that we work with now use all their open house follow-up is done via video. So there's lots of quick ones you can do on your phone too, besides the kind of the produced knowledgeable or educational videos. These are some great ideas as well. I'm going to skip through this because we're running out of time. We'll give you a quick blueprint and then I'm going to introduce Jason in just a second here. So a lot of people say, okay, so I have a 2-minute video. What do I say? How do I go? Here's a blueprint for you. Number 1, and I'll send you this. Open up a loop of curiosity. Ask a question that is relevant to them and that you're going to answer in the video, or make a compelling statement. So hit them strong right off the bat. Introduce yourself second. Why is that not first?
People scroll
Yeah,
past.
hook 'em before you.
Correct. People don't care who you are if they don't know you. They want to hear what you have to say first. Number 3, talk to them like a second grader. Does that sound funny to anybody?
Bingo.
But you have to. You have to be relevant so that all buyers and sellers can understand you. Future pace or foreshadow them. Basically say something that alludes to watch the whole video. I'm going to give you the tip at the end or whatever. Keep watching, hang on, and then educate them. Hit the bullet points. And then at a maximum do a call to action every video. So here's an example of that script. Did you know you can buy a house with as little as 3% down? Hi, I'm Liz Dysart with VIP Mortgage and I'm going to tell you how to do that. In this video, I'm going to share with you 3 tips to boost your credit, you know, get your down payment and get your closing costs covered. Or, like, you know, that's off the tip. And then give them the points, what they are. Educate them and deliver. Work backwards. Whatever the number 1 tip is last in the video. But there's a whole lot of things like this that you can do. But basically, hook them, introduce yourself, foreshadow, educate them, and then obviously deliver the results. So that's kind of how it works. But if you kind of stick to that basic script, all of your videos will have kind of the same feel too, which is good. That way people like this one, it was to the point, it hooked them, they'll do the next one as well. This is a great one too. This is kind of goes into the whole story branding, or getting people to build trust with you. So if you're like most first-time home buyers, you're probably afraid and don't trust real estate agents because you had a bad experience and don't like salespeople. I get that. I understand. Let me tell you a story about Sally. Sally felt the same way until she discovered the one thing that we do. Once we did that one thing, this is what happened to Sally. So tell stories about people. The whole story branding thing is really relevant right now. Bring other people's experiences into your videos. That really helps. Conversational, I'll send you guys all this. Some great video inspiration of people that I really admire in the video space in real estate. Steve Panate, he's my home group agent. He's built his whole business around producing videos. He's amazing. The Lugos as well, right here, and Julie Calza are all three people who literally, legitimately get leads from video. So I think, lots of people put video out there and you ask them how it's working for them, maybe not so well. These are people who do it very well and have done it very consistently. And they'll all tell you, you may get a lead on your first video, but probably not. It's going to take a while. And then all of a sudden, it'll be very relevant and people will find you and search you out for the information like we were talking about. So these are some great ones I would watch. And now I'm going to introduce Jason Randolph, who's going to tell you a great tool to create your videos. Jason Randolph is the creator and CEO of Tsunami, and it's an amazing resource that I love and have been telling all of my partners about. So this is Jason. Come on up.
Hi guys.
And you guys, I'm sorry, but I'm going to have to sneak out. I have a kid's pediatrician appointment, so I'm sorry, but Jason's going to wrap up really well for you.
Liz, great class.
Thank you. Appreciate it. Did everyone sign in on the sheet?
No.
Okay, so there isn't one,
I
apparently.
didn't, but you know how to get a hold of me.
Well, if everyone can sign in, I will email you the whole PowerPoint so that just pass that around and